Anti-Afro Spingalis. I'm coming on here to tell you that we made a concession because Garfield slash Carrie Ann is requesting it. She's insisting that we say she was transferred because we know she was fired from Tucker High School, and she doesn't like us saying that. So we are agreeing to make the concession that she was transferred from Tucker High School classroom to the cafeteria. So we will make that concession. And the duration of that concession that we are making, we agree to make the concession, and that will last for as long as I just stated it. She was fired. Fired, never went back to Tucker High, never went back to the classroom, period. All this other crap that she's trying to pile on and claim I can do this and I can do that and I can go here and I can go there. Everything she's claiming is completely against Georgia Education Code. She wants everyone to believe that she's been given all of these exceptions that fly in the face of the Georgia Education Code. And let me explain something. She claims I can go back and I have my tenure and I can get my job back anytime I want. I go back within 2 years and I can get my job back. You can't go back to Tucker High School. You can't go back to DeKalb County School District. No one's going to stop Carrie Ann from sitting her ass down in a chair, opening up the website, DeKalb County School District, and filling out an application. No one's going to stop her from doing that. Who's going to stop her from filling out an application? And the box is going to ask you, have you ever been employed by the DeKalb County School District? She's going to mark yes. And from there, they're going to look at the background and they're going to make a decision about whether or not they're going to even go to the next step. There's no obligation for them to say, yes, we're going to bring you back on to put us through this bullshit again. Once you leave the job, you are gone. There would be a fool, a freaking fool, to bring that idiot back to that school district. She's gone, and they are glad she is gone. She's out of there. They fired her. Even if she resigned, as she claims, they do not have to bring you back. Where in the hell does it say you have to have your job back? There are only certain circumstances when an employer has to bring you back. That's when you are still working there and you're on leave. Certain types of leave where they can't give your job away. They can hire temps for your job, but they can't place anybody in your position. Once you separate employment, they have no obligation to bring you back. She thinks people are stupid like she is. What the hell is she going to sit here and tell somebody they must hire her back? Getting hired is an employment process. It's a legal process, and they're going to consult with their attorneys, and they're probably not even going to call her back. She got them on the news. She made the news, and they're going to let her come back and work for their district. Oh my God. You believe what she tells you? She sounds like a total and complete idiot because that's what she is. And here's what I want to say. She keeps bringing up people's situations, like their family situations. She talks about Kip and his son. But here's the part that doesn't make any sense. Kip's son situation is what it is. It had nothing to do with Carrie Ann and her situation. So what? You bring up Kip's son. It's not going to get your job back. You talking about Kip's son is not going to change what happened at Tucker High School. So what do you think about that, folks? You can talk about it as often as you want. It will never change the fact that your ass got fired and you will never be hired back to that school district. They weren't going to hire her back. Who the hell is going to bring somebody back like that? And she runs around here saying there was no paperwork. She, she really thinks that laws are made. They pass laws and they're going to break every law in the book for her. for Carrie Ann out of everybody. Her ass has been on the news, but they're gonna skate. Everybody is under the same type of regulation, but Carrie Ann gets no paperwork. She's no longer employed by DeKalb County School District, but they have these protections in place for her. Now, I said the last time that we were going to find out whether or not the school district did what they were supposed to do. So I can let you know for damn sure if they didn't follow protocol, you think they're going to bring her back after we raise holy hell if they did not? If they did not, she wouldn't be brought back anyway. You think they want to sit there and go through that bullshit? She gave them other problems. Other problems. Saying stuff like, that's very biracial of you. The parents didn't like her. They complained about her. She had problems. Why the hell would they want to hire that back? They are not obligated to hire her back. She is a liar. And the parents and the students supported me. No, they didn't. If they supported her ass, would never have left the school. It doesn't matter what happened to Kip's son. It doesn't matter what happened to Rev G before her ass even came to the Umar Johnson sector. Rev G was let go from a job for doing what Carrie Ann agrees with. Don't report. Rev G didn't report. He didn't report a threat. Nobody called from YouTube saying anything about Rev G. Once the threat came to the attention of the other employer, the delay in the report was the issue. Other employer meaning there was a nonprofit and then he was working at a college. It was the nonprofit that got late word of the threat. Rev G has never been canned from an academic institution. He's never been transferred. He's never been demoted. He has only gone upward. Rev G is a professor at a university. He's never been put on the news for conduct. He's only been interviewed on the news to address issues. Never been walked out of an academic institution. And as far as the nonprofit agency, that was 5 years ago. So you can bring it up as often as you want. It's not going to change the fact that you were fired from Tucker High School and you will never, ever, ever be able to go back to Tucker High School or DeKalb County School District. You're not welcome on that campus. They don't want to see you there. You went down, Rev G went up. Not going to change a damn thing. And guess what? He's still on TikTok and nothing has been deleted. So you can continue on with this bullshit and you will continue to get your warnings. The warnings will continue to compile and then you'll be standing in front of your next employer or your current employer. We'll find out who it is, whatever it is, whenever it happens. We're not worried about that right now. But everything this idiot is doing will follow. No matter what lie she tries to spin, no matter what shit she talks about anybody and their families, don't forget this fact. You can't do anything with this fact. You can't move it. It's not going to get her job back at Tucker High School. She was there for what, 10 plus years? That's what she said. She said she liked the job. She was able to screw around on the job and listen to the YouTube. Let the kids do what they want. It was a kickback job. She thought nobody was watching what she was doing. She was coasting on Easy Street, intimidating the students, intimidating the parents. She thought she had it made in the shade. She never wanted to leave Tucker High School, but we got her ass up out of there. Nothing changes. She can talk shit about Kip's family, Kip's son, Rev G, and TikTok. Rev G's TikTok is unchanged and he's a professor. Kip's son is free as a bird making money. And what are you doing right now? You're not even doing what you want to do. His son's doing what he wants to do. Nothing that she says about anybody's family, Breaking the Culture's family, Stargate's family, guess what? They're all good. They're all hanging out with their families and friends and enjoying life. Guess who isn't? Guess who had to leave? Guess who never stepped foot back at a place they wanted to be at? She wanted to be at Tucker High School, and we got her ass up out of there. That fact never changes. So it's not going to make any difference how much shit she talks about other people. Is that going to help her get back to Tucker High School? Is that going to hire her back in DeKalb County? Hell no. They will never hire her back. She has no tenure. She was fired. And if she resigned, as she claims she did, which I don't believe, she wouldn't have tenure either because she didn't finish out the year. Go and apply at another school district and see what they say. Up here thinking she has a job reserved for her. Nobody has a job reserved for them unless you were still officially employed and you're on leave where they are legally required to hold your job. They can hire somebody temporarily in your place, but they have to tell the person this is a temporary employment position. She thinks everybody is stupid like her. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be a scary thought? If everybody was as dumb as she is, she says so many things that she thinks no one knows any better. She got fired. She was taken up out of that school. They did not support her. The students didn't support her. You heard them on the news. You heard the parents on the news. You heard what the principal said, or you read what he said. The news, the reports. I had all the support. You didn't have any support because your ass got up out of there. She never went back to the classroom. She was in the copy room separating colored paper and colored pencils. How many times do I have to tell you? You think they're going to trust this abomination with students again? She thought she got away with the bullshit she got away with. We got you up out of there. We got what we wanted. We were the ones who whooped your ass, and that's what she can't handle. She can't take it. She hates the fact that we prevailed over her, and she has no control over it. That's why she keeps spinning all these different lies. These lies are bumping into each other, tripping over each other, running around to these other sectors. Other people in other sectors don't even believe this bullshit. They really think people don't even have basic common sense. That you're going to get on the freaking news. You're going to make the news. And the quotes are so horrendous. They're so disgusting. These quotes came from more than one source. She's in a panic. She keeps saying that the DJ drama Antonio Johnson response, the internal investigation document, is fake because she can't bear the thought of herself being in the same position because we're going for that teaching credential. I already said it. The school district was step one. We are not going to quit until that credential is revoked. And we're going to get the news media involved. She's up here saying, I was not on the news. My name wasn't there that got you up out of the school. Your name wasn't on the news, but you're out of Tucker High School. You got fired and your name wasn't on the news. It didn't matter. Everybody knows who it was. The news reporter gave Carrie's name to the students, gave the name to the parents. They simply didn't broadcast the name on the news report. They have to give the name to ask the student whether or not they have the teacher. They have to give the name to the parent to ask the parent whether or not their child has the teacher. They just didn't give the name publicly on the air. Everybody knew exactly who was being referenced. There was no support. Although she lied and said she had support, there was no support from the administration. There was no support from colleagues. There was no support from students. There was no support from the parents. That's the facts. That's the way it went down. If she had all the support, she would still be there. at Tucker High School, here and now. Her ass was out of there. If there was a transfer, where's that paperwork? She didn't give anybody any damn paperwork here on YouTube or behind the damn scenes. What, she's going to trust a broken swinger who she called a slave and said that nobody wanted to get busy with her unless they're playing an Aunt Jemima role? Right. She really gave that person the paperwork. Yeah, sure. Tell us what else. I got a spaceship in my backyard. Runs on unleaded gasoline. She's been lying for the longest. And when I say for the longest, long before she came to YouTube, she's a known liar. You can ask anybody in her family. I guarantee you, I bet you $1,000 people in her family will tell you she's known to be a liar. You are a liar. Nothing you say is to be believed. You receive plenty of documentation on your ass getting fired. You're not going to show it to anybody. You know you were moved out of that school and you never stepped foot back in any classroom. Your ass was fired. I don't want to hear about it. The union did what they needed to do, and so they could do no more. Your ass is grass. You're out of there. They're never going to hire you back to the DeKalb County School District. And our goal is to get that credential yanked so you're gone for good and never be able to get any job in the field of teaching, because anybody evil, so evil, wicked, disgusting, and vile as to sexualize a innocent child and to run around here falsely accusing black men of sex crimes, very specific race attacking, targeting black men with false allegations, doesn't belong in any school environment, not even in the cafeteria. You know, folks, more is coming your way. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.